Okay, so let's just first of all just begin to detach from whatever commotion might be going on in our life this afternoon and just settle in for a little bit of relaxation, settle into your breathing. We're going to do a really nice set today. There's a couple of difficult poses in this Kriya, but we'll break them in half so it won't be as difficult. But we're going to do the Kriya to awaken the 10 bodies. So just begin to settle in, spend about another 30 seconds or so. Close down your eyes. Begin to deepen your breath, begin to lengthen it out a little bit. Come to the point right between your eyebrows and up just a little bit. The brow point. Let's bring a gentle focus there. You don't have to twist your eyes towards it. Just keep a gentle focus there. And then let's go ahead and get ready to tune in. We'll bring our hands together. Bring our hands together at the heart center. Pull them into the sternum. Actually, I better do something here before we tune in. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody, or we'll have a little bit of okay. All right. Looks like everybody's muted now. So once again, just go ahead, pull the knuckles into the sternum, sit up straight, and take a deep breath. And just roll it right over into the exhale, no suspension, just let it roll right out. And then take another deep breath. Once again, just turn it over, let it roll out. And we'll take a deep breath now to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adguru Namo, Jugadguru Namo, Satguru Namo, Siddhi Gurudeva Namo. Adguru Namo, Jugadguru Namo, Satguru Namo, Siddhi Gurudeva Namo. Adguru Namo, Jugadguru Namo, Satguru Namo, Siddhi Gurudeva Namo. And now take a deep inhale, suspend the breath, pull everything up and in, straight up, suspend the breath, and then go ahead and exhale and bring your hands down to your knees. And this is going to be a classic Kriya that we're going to do. We'll do a couple of warm-ups here before we begin. It starts with a hard exercise and ends with a hard exercise. So you'll earn your meditation today. So let's everybody come all the way onto the back to begin with. I take it everybody can lay down. All right, I'm going to tip my screen. We'll do some warm-ups here that'll help with the first part of this Kriya. I'll turn slightly sideways here.
Robert, I know that Vicky has had some problems today and might have trouble laying down. Is it possible to direct for using a chair? Are you doing okay, Vicky? Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take it really easy anyways. So just come all the way flat on the back and just relax into that for a minute. Maybe you need to bring your knees up and just rock around on your back if your back is having a hard time letting go. You can bring one knee up. But once you get set, just go ahead and relax all the way onto the back. Just take a few deep breaths here. Let everything sink into the floor. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to do some warm-ups. We're going to inhale and just hug the right knee into the chest. And I mean, you don't have to squeeze it hard. Just give it a gentle hug. We're going to go side to side here a few times. Exhale down, inhale up. We just want to lightly warm up the abs, and you can do this at your own speed. Inhale, squeeze, exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze, exhale, release. Create a little space in the hips here. And then just go ahead now and relax both legs all the way down to the floor. And you can either snow angel your arms up overhead along the floor, or you can just reach them right straight up over the head. So go ahead now and maybe salamander yourself just a little bit. Bring one shoulder and one hip up. Just real light movement here. And then come to rest at center and just begin to stretch long through the soles of the feet. Stretch long through the fingers. Take a couple of long, deep breaths here. And then go ahead and let that go now. Now, if you've never seen stretch pose, it's a little bit intimidating, for a gentle yoga class. We're going to break this down and make it a lot easier. But before you do anything, I just want to show you what stretch pose is. Basically, your feet are about 6 inches up off the floor, 6 inches to a foot off the floor. And you're also curled up like this. Okay, so we're going to break it down today. And we're going to bring a pillow up under the head. So bring a pillow up under your head like you were sort of ready to go into stretch pose. And then just stretch the arms out long. And stretch out through the fingertips. And then just, if you don't need the pillow, just slightly tuck your chin a little bit. Try to keep your back imprinted on the floor. And this is going to be breath of fire now for 1 minute. So go ahead and start breath of fire. And now inhale deep, stretch out through the fingertips, stretch out through the soles of the feet, and exhale and just relax down. And we'll pause just for a moment now. And whatever you had under your head, we're now going to bring our head all the way to the floor. And we're going to put that pillow under our heels. And we'll do the second part of stretch pose. So in stretch pose with your feet should be, point your toes away from your body, relax your head down, Your palms now, just go ahead and bring your palms right back where they were in the first posture. Relax onto the pillow. And if you can raise your legs a little bit, that's fine. And if not, just go ahead now and begin breath of fire, 1 minute. Go ahead and inhale deep. Stretch through the fingers. And then exhale and go ahead and relax all the way down. And take a moment here. We'll pause. Just let everything relax down after that. We'll spend a moment here now. And I'll see if there's comments on this Kriya here. Not really, it doesn't even have the date on it in this book. All right, so now while you're lying on your back, go ahead now and hug the knees into the chest. And this will be the last posture on the back. And this one here, we're just going to be rolling into a ball as best you can. It shows that you put your nose between your knees. I can't do that. But just go ahead and relax into this posture best you can now. And it's going to be breath of fire. Keep your back on the floor. And if your neck gets really tired, go ahead and lower your head to the floor. Got about another 20 seconds. And now go ahead and inhale deep. Squeeze everything into a ball. And then release. And come all the way flat onto the back again. And just pause here now for about 15 seconds. We'll come off the floor next. But just take a moment now to reorient. Normal breath now the rest of the way through the Kriya. And then as you're ready, go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. And you can either rock up and down on the spine or turn to one side and log roll yourself up, your choice. Just come up gently and easy. Most of the rest of the Kriya is going to be really familiar to everybody. So go ahead now and just sit up straight. Find yourself sitting up nice and straight. Just momentarily hands on the knees. Shake yourself out a little bit, whatever you need to do to get comfortable again, sitting up straight. Chair is fine. So this is Ego Eradicator, and we're doing 1 minute segments on these today. So in Ego Eradicator, our fingers are rounded down onto the mounds of the fingers like this in the hands, and then the thumbs are up. And our arms are going to be up at 60 degrees, so it looks like this. This is maybe 45, so it's higher than 45. Thumbs are pointed up towards the ceiling now. And we're going to begin breath of fire. Powerful breath of fire here. If your arms get tired, just relax into it. We have about 20 more seconds. Now take a deep inhale and then touch the thumbs together up over the head. Thumbs touch together, and then stretch the fingers up towards the ceiling. Stretch up. And then exhale and go ahead and sweep the arms down through the aura. And we'll pause here momentarily. And our next posture in this Kriya is going to be a wide-legged life nerve stretch. So we're going to be sitting on the floor in a chair. And it looks like everybody's in a chair, so I'm going to actually pull my chair over here. So in this, what you want to do basically is you want to get your legs more or less straight. Come out to the front of the chair. Sit up straight. And we're just going to be working side to side. Just come down towards this toe and come up to center. And instead of just like rapidly going side to side, what I want to do is I want everybody to begin in the center and then turn to the side you're going to go to, and then go ahead and stretch your arms out as far as you want, and then come back up and intentionally come back to center and pause just for a second, and then go ahead and turn to the other side, and then take it down to the other side. You don't have to take your arms down if you don't want to. We're just trying to stretch the back of the legs here where the life nerve comes in. Some people get a really wide straddle. I don't have a very wide straddle. Go side to side, make that intentional shift in the center. I worked in the mechanics engineering field, so if anybody wonders why sometimes my movements are a little mechanical, well, that explains a little bit of it. I also like to really reorient to the center in between sides doing this type of exercise. We have about 20 more seconds. It gives the brain a chance to just kind of shift gently. A lot of stuff that I do is around trauma and alcohol and drug recovery. in that field, it's really important that people's brain is balanced side to side. So go ahead now and inhale and sit up straight. Suspend the breath. Pull up on the abs, up and in. And then exhale. And give your legs a shake out. We're going to be in a wide-legged straddle in the next posture as well. So go ahead and reset your straddle for whatever distance. This time we're going to be working in through the center. In a chair, it's actually easier to leave your hands right on your thighs and just come over the center. I don't know if you have a sharp edge on your chair, put a pillow there or whatever. Just come right straight over the center. You can also bring your hands down to the floor into the center. This is more or less the position we would be in if we were on the floor. And you can also pause in any position here and stretch it out a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit sticky today. Just take the time to stretch into it. See if you can get it to let go. And just try to become aware of your own experience. Whatever's happening in your body right now is just fine. Whatever's going on around you. And let this be the last time. Go ahead and inhale, sit up straight. Pull up on the root lock, everything up and in. Suspend the breath. And then exhale. And in case you're wondering about the suspension of the breath, there's two reasons for that. One is that it lets you know that it's the end of the exercise. And the most important reason of all is that it sets the prana for the entire exercise. That deep inhale, it just kind of, the suspension just sends the oxygen out into all the parts of the body. So that's what that's about. And this is one that we'll all be familiar with. There's going to be two camel ride spine flexes, and one of them is sitting in easy pose, and the other one is in rock pose. And what we'll do is we'll do both exercises in a chair. And once again, just come out, more to the front of the chair so you're not running into the back of the chair. And just sit up straight. Just begin to feel everything lifted up. And in a camel ride spine flex, this is what it looks like from the side. This is the neutral position here. And we're going to inhale forward and exhale into the back space and round the back. And inhale forward and round back into the back space. It's just like that the whole way. The thing to remember about this is your chin stays level. Your neck doesn't go up and down. So let's go ahead and begin. We'll take a break at the 1 minute period before we do the other part of the exercise here. So go ahead, take a deep inhale, arch your back forward, exhale, round back. And just go ahead and work this with your own breath at your own speed. This is one of the most basic of all Kundalini exercises. They say if you keep your spine young and useful, it keeps the rest of you useful. And with this, you can have your eyes open or closed. Even with your eyes closed, it's still possible to see the horizon. If your eyes are closed, just come to that spot in between the brow point, the point of the observer, and just become neutral and observe yourself and what's going on at this moment in time. And you can move quick or you can move slow. It really is your choice. Just continue to move the lower part of the spine. And then go ahead and take a deep inhale, sit up straight, suspend the breath now, pull everything up and in. We're going to suspend the breath now for about 20 seconds. So suspend the breath. If you need to exhale, you can exhale. And then let's all go ahead and exhale. And if you like, you can sit in rock pose on the mat. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing exactly the same movement here. It's going to be a camel ride spine flex once again, and it's going to be for 1 minute, and it's exactly what we just did. The only difference is that one is in rock pose and one is in easy pose. So let's just go ahead now and come into position where this will be easy to do. So sit up straight, hands are on the knees, and let's go ahead and inhale forward, exhale back, and maybe speed this one up a little bit. Maybe if you were moving really slow the first time, maybe give it a little bit more energy. We'll go for 1 minute here. And notice that the arms on this stay more or less straight. You're pulling back, you're pulling on the knees with the arms, but the arms stay fairly straight. And you can work this all the way up into your shoulders. You can roll your shoulders around and frontwards and back. And just remember, keep the head level to the horizon. And if at this time your mind is starting to wander off and thinking about dinner and other things, just bring it back to a mantra of your choice. A really simple one is just Sat Nam. Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale as you round back. I use a mantra, I am, frequently. It has 2 syllables, just like Sat Nam. I am is a really good mantra. Now go ahead and inhale, sit up straight. Deep inhale, inhale a little more. And exhale. Take another deep inhale. And then exhale. And now inhale to about 75%. And we're going to hold this breath for 30 seconds. So go ahead, deep inhale, 75%. It's easier with 75% than full. So 30 seconds now. And if you begin to panic, go ahead and exhale. Ten more seconds. And exhale. And now just take a moment to breathe. Just continue to stay internal. Continue to just monitor your own experience and your own awareness here today. That's what the brow point is, the seat of the observer. And it's a different kind of vision. So just momentarily sit there. Let your breathing normalize. And these other exercises are going to be fairly familiar. So let's go ahead and inhale, hands up onto the shoulders. We're going to do a spinal twist. We'll be inhaling left, exhaling right. And maybe at first you just go a little ways. Explore where your edge is just a little bit. And then maybe begin to take it out a little bit further, maybe speed it up. Maybe you just stay right at the speed where you're at and keep the head in line with the spine. It doesn't keep turning here. The head follows the body. These particular exercises are the real fundamentals of Kundalini yoga to get the energy rising up the spine. And if you spread your shoulders wide, it opens up the heart center. And now go ahead, deep inhale, come to the center point, deep inhale. Pull up on the root, lock everything up and in. Sip in as much air as you can. And then exhale and bring the hands down to the knees or to the thighs or wherever here. Our hands are going to go back up into that position more or less here in a moment, but give your shoulders a little bit of a shake. We have one more shoulder exercise that's not difficult, but it's a little challenging. Also a really rewarding one. So let's go ahead now and take a deep inhale, and we're going to bring our hands back up onto the shoulders like this. And this is going to be the starting position. And we're going to inhale and we're going to touch the hands together behind the head. Yeah, you got it. That's perfect. Beautiful. And then exhale and drop them back. And this is going to be the movement for the next minute. And be really gentle here and don't push your head away with your hands. It's better not to quite touch your hands together than to, keep pushing on your head. As your shoulders get tired, they tend to collapse a little bit, and you don't want to put any pressure on your neck. So just enjoy this movement here. Inhale up, exhale down. Use the mantra Satnam, I am. This is one to really stretch the rhomboids here. This is one where you also want to use just a slight little neck lock. And then go ahead now and squeeze your hands together behind the head. Deep inhale now, extend the chest. And then exhale and sweep the arms through the aura. And give your arms a little bit of a shake out. We'll be using them again in the next one, but they won't be up in the air overhead in that same position. So just take a moment now, stay internal, feel what you feel. Energy's rising. And just keep coming back to the awareness of your own experience. It's not about anything that I can teach you. I'm just a mailman. I'm just delivering the mail today. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our hands and we're going to lock them in Venus lock. So all the fingers are interlaced. And on the inhale, the arms are going to go all the way up overhead, straight overhead. And then on the exhale, they're going to come down to our knees and inhale and up. And keep the arms as straight as you can, unless it's causing you any pain. Then you can bend your arms and go like this, more like a wood chop. But if you can, go ahead and keep your arms extended. This is another really good one for the shoulders, rotator cuff, trapezius, subscapular. If you've ever had a shoulder injury, you know what all those parts are. And one of the tendencies sitting in a chair is to begin to collapse. So just try to maintain a nice straight spine, gentle eye gaze, or eyes closed, focused at the brow point. We're not really trying to chop wood here. We're just trying to awaken the 10 bodies for meditation. And then go ahead now and inhale. Arms are straight up overhead, stretch up. And then exhale and sweep the arms through the aura again. Just keep sweeping the hands down through the aura. And we'll pause here momentarily before we move to the next posture. So just go ahead and once again, find yourself in a nice, relaxed, seated, straight up position. Hands can be on the knees here. And this one is a shoulder shrug, but it's one shoulder at a time. So we're going to be inhaling one shoulder up and one shoulder down. Just, it looks like there's a stick running between the arms. Try to get the alignment as if you're rolling a marble back and forth across the back of your shoulders. This will help you to concentrate on the actual movement. So just go ahead and inhale up and exhale to the other side. However your breath works out with this one is fine. Just imagine you're rolling a marble from side to side, but not letting it quite fall off your shoulder. This is a really good one for adjusting the upper part of the spine, cervical vertebrae, as well as the sternum and the ribs. And if you get a sticky spot, just go ahead and stretch up into that. Let the marble roll off momentarily and stretch into it if you need to, but otherwise just continue the movement. It's like a teeter-totter, side to side. And now go ahead and inhale and squeeze both shoulders up tight. Deep inhale, sip in a little more air, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale and release that. And go ahead and roll your shoulders out a little bit now. There's going to be there'll be another shoulder shrug, a standard shoulder shrug next. Give your shoulders a little love here. Thank them for what they're doing. And then just go ahead and come back into a nice seated position. Once again, find yourself sitting up really straight. Slight neck lock. Just take the chin back in just a little bit. And this time we're going to inhale both shoulders up and then let them drop. Unless that's hard on your spine or whatever. The drop at the very end of this actually knocks a lot of the oxygen out of the bottom of the lungs that never quite gets expelled. It begins to pump it up into the open chambers of the lung. Unless that hurts, then just go ahead and take them up and bring them down gently. There's a little bit of a shock when they drop. All right, you guys look great. Inhale now and squeeze up, squeeze tight, sip in as much air as you can, squeeze. And then exhale and relax that. And there are two more postures. The first one's really easy. This one we're just going to be inhaling and exhaling, just breathing. We're going to inhale to the left. Don't turn your head so far that you're cranking on your neck. Just turn your head to the left. Inhale, exhale to the right. And we'll do this for 1 minute. And then we're going to reverse and inhale right and exhale left. Once again, moving through the center part of the brain, balancing the hemispheres. And then go ahead and inhale to center, pause at center, exhale. And then inhale to the right and exhale left. Same breathing pattern, just switch to sides. And then go ahead now and inhale to center, deep breath. Suspend the breath, pull up on the root lock, pull everything up and in. And then exhale. And just take a moment now seated. The last posture is frogs, which if you've never done frogs, they're a bit challenging. They wouldn't really be considered gentle yoga, but I'm going to make it a gentle yoga frog so everybody can do it. So just momentarily, just go ahead and stay right where you are. And let me just show you what a frog is. A frog is basically you're down like this in a frog position. Your heels are touching, your hands are on the floor. and your heels are off the ground and touching. This is the position you're looking straight ahead. Inhale. Everything comes up. Your heels stay off the floor. Buttocks come way up. Exhale back down, and then you're looking forward again. Well, we're going to use a chair. We're going to make this really easy and use a chair so that everybody can do this. Frogs are hard to do if you haven't done a lot of them, so I wouldn't expect anybody here to maybe be able to do frogs. So let's everybody come standing up. And hopefully your chair is solid and it's not on wheels. We're going to be using it. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so have the seat of the chair facing the front of your body. And then let's just come down with the hands onto the seat of the chair. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just do a slight plie. Your feet, you don't have to have your ankles, your feet off the floor here, but just get the feeling of what this frog feels like. You're coming up, you're looking ahead, and then you're pushing up with your legs and your hands and coming all the way down into a full rounded position. And if you can, keep your heels off the floor and just go ahead and rock back and forth in this. And use the muscles in your legs equally. Make sure you're not cheating and pushing harder on one leg than the other. Make them both work the equal amount. And when you come down, make sure that you look ahead before you start coming all the way back around. And we're halfway there already. So just go ahead and continue. You'll feel this in your legs tomorrow probably. One of the best things you can do for your legs is squats. Any kind of squat, crow squat, frog squats, assisted squats. And let this be the last one. We'll all end in the down position, head down, push down through the hands, out through the shoulders. And then go ahead and exhale. And we're going to come all the way flat onto the back now. And just begin to relax down. Let everything go now. That was a little bit of a stretch. It's nice to know that you can do it. So go ahead now and just begin to scan body. Take a quick scan. Start at the feet, move your way up through your legs, up through your hips, all the way up through the crown of your head. Just take a scan and see if there's any pocket of energy that needs to be released. And then just as we begin the deep relaxation, let's take a deep inhale together and sigh the breath out. Another deep breath and sigh or roar. Any frustration, just let it go one more time. And now just begin to let each breath take you a little deeper. I'm going to turn on some sound healing music. And just begin to feel yourself as weightless. And begin to feel your own goodness. Most important, feel your own goodness. And just stick with that feeling. And now, without moving anything, just begin to deepen your breath a little bit. Allow the body to do what it does naturally coming out of this. Just reintegrate, reorganize. Just deepen your breath just a little bit. Begin to feel the earth under your back. And then begin to roll wrists and ankles, move your fingers and toes. Just be bringing a little small movement to the joints. And then either snow angel your arms up along the floor or just bring them up over your chest. Reach up long along the floor. Stretch out through the soles of the feet, through the fingertips. Stretch deep. And then go ahead and bring your arms into a T shape. And do a cat stretch on each side. Hug the left knee into the chest. And then take the right hand and take it over the body, take it over the center line. Take a couple of breaths while you're stretched there. And then go ahead and stretch the other side. Take a couple of deep breaths in the stretch. And then come back to center. And then rub the palms of the hands, soles of the feet together briskly. Create a bunch of heat in them. And then go ahead now and let your feet go. Let your legs go along the floor. Cover your eyes with the warm palms. Your eyes are closed into the palms. And now just gently open the eyes, slowly open the eyes, and then just gradually take the hands away from the face. Let the light come in naturally. And then roll yourself up onto back to easy pose. You can roll up and down on the spine or rock to the side. And then come back seated in easy pose. And just take a moment now and feel gratitude for yourself. Feel gratitude for the people that are joining here with us today. Just bring a sense of gratitude into your heart. Gratitude for practice and gratitude to have a Sangha to practice with. So let's go ahead and close the way we began. We'll rub the hands together at the heart center. Pull the knuckles of the thumbs into the chest. Take a deep inhale now. And exhale. Another deep inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale now for Sunshine Song. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. May we in these days be given exactly what we need to thrive and survive. May all those who don't have enough, may they find what they need. May we share with them what we have. And may there be peace on earth. And may the hearts of all beings remain open. May all beings be filled with loving kindness for themselves and others. And may we all be sources of healing to each other, that we may be healed. Sat Nam.